298 points right now to Spirit, who the score is currently tied 1-1, and 215 points right now for Belchonok. So suddenly, both players have kind of made some critical mistakes throughout this game. Belchonok actually had some pretty weak, a pretty weak start at the beginning with some pretty significant losses there. But now suddenly he's been able to almost get himself back into this game now. Things are looking pretty good for him. I think that's kind of one of the more important points to note about this game, but really any games in general, any sort of competitive strategy game, is that it's not about having a perfect game. It's about reacting accordingly after you screw up, because you're going to screw up no matter what. Just stay in the game and continue taking advantage of opportunities as you see them. But don't focus so much on not screwing up in the first place. Well, obviously it's good if you can do that. Nice looking minefield, unfortunately a little bit far up there. I saw what he was planning. If this minefield had been shifted back a little bit, like say there, he would have completely covered the retreat path of all these troops in the center. Still though, pretty good having mines all over the middle, and I like seeing the Commisar Lord's abilities being used frequently. We can see the Ogrins have been upgraded to a full 4 members right now, so they have the Bonehead ability and they can charge around. The Warlock right now is just pimped out right now, so this is a level 4 Warlock. Let's get in there and take a good look here before he gets shot to pieces. You can see he's just trying his best to cap that point. This could be dangerous though. He's taking a lot of damage and he's going to have to retreat. Hopefully he'll fire off, yes, there we go, he'll fire off that Providence ability. And it looks like he went ahead and, he tried to use a warp throw, but that was a great reaction there by Belchonok. He tried to use the warp throw to draw all those troops in, and then you can see right now, because he has the Witchblade of Kurnos, he's going to go ahead and use that Ethereal Slash ability. But since he could see that one coming, there's kind of a big wind-up before you use it. It looked like Belchonok just threw all of his troops inside the transport. The warp throw went off and didn't affect anything, and then he wasted the Ethereal Slash. So good reaction there from Belchonok right now. We can see the Warlock right now is going to have to retreat, and being beaten by a bunch of Ogrins, perhaps they'll use the Bonehead charge, but it looks like he's going to get out of there in time. Woo! Very, very risky moves there, and he's definitely still hurting quite a bit here. Spirit needs some more units on the field. You can see he's saving up some money. Perhaps we'll see a Falcon or something like that, but perhaps he'll even go even further than that. Kind of hard to tell right now. But he's having a hard time. I think maybe we had some more Manticore shots out there. Yeah, we do. We've got a Manticore on the field right now. So Spirit is really risking a lot here, trying to save up his money for some sort of an advantage. We can see the Shuriken team is going to do a fantastic job. This is perfect scenario here. Shuriken team suppressing all of these gentlemen. Now the Howling Banshees are moving in, combined with the focus fire from the Warp Spiders. But it looks like the Howling Banshees could feel that those Ogrins were going to do a lot of damage. They had to back away. Look at all of the poor Guardsmen right now just kind of popping here and there. But you can see the Ogrins are exactly what the Imperial Guard needs. The Imperial Guard really has no tough units there, and beautiful minefield placement as well. These Ogrins can definitely kind of deal with all of that damage. We can see once again the Warlock is going to come in here, use the Ethereal Slash, perhaps pop up Providence. Maybe not though, I'm just going to back away. So looking at his armor right now, we've already talked about this Witchblade of Kurnos that does that sort of X-shaped AoE around him. The Warp Throw we've seen. The Providence, by the way, basically gives him massive... Oh, we can see the minefield kind of going off here. Gives him basically massive regeneration abilities and makes him invulnerable for a little bit there. So it's a great way for him just to kind of time out for a sec. It's kind of a little invulnerability bubble, but he also regens mana like mad while that's going on. Also, it gives him some more health and stuff like that. So, pretty sweet armor. That's one of the best layouts for a Warlock that's going to be focusing on doing lots of AoE damage, especially when you've got lots of Imperial Guard out there. But just look at how this map has changed right now. We do see that the Avatar is coming out. That is fantastic. Xeno definitely needs some units out there. By Xeno, I mean Spirit, of course. But it's very risky at this point of the game because he has so few units right now. Nice little... nestled away Shuriken Cannon team here doing some sweet damage. We can see the invulnerability once again being used by the Warlock in that Providence armor there. He is getting knocked around quite a bit though. Looks like we've got some Manticore shots coming in. Yes, it is, but you can see him just constantly using that Ethereal Slash ability here. Really, Belchonok is looking fantastic, with the exception of this Avatar coming out on the battlefield right now. Wow, wonderful looking Warp Throw right there, and you can see getting right in the middle of all those stunned units, and bam, using that Ethereal Slash. That, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly how that combo is supposed to work. Perfect positioning there. That is certainly good, and you can see it forced quite a big retreat. However, they were just going to get out of there, get back to the Chimera, and reinforce a ton. I believe what happened was the Commissars used their execute ability. Commissars can execute one squad member and stop the retreat, so fantastic use there. And now we have a warp throw directly into the Avatar, and the Avatar is going to use the Wailing Doom and completely wreck all of the Imperial Guardsmen. Oh my god, those Imperial Guardsmen. And now the Mark of Cain, rather, is going to be used to finish off the rest of these Ogrins. And do we have any Ogren survivors? Yes, we have one, and it looks like, oh, completely cut down right there by the Avatar. That Avatar just paid for himself. Combined with the Warlock, that Avatar came out there, nearly killed one squad, killed another squad, and killed an Ogren squad as well. Avatar is looking pretty good. It looks like Belchonok could be losing his edge here finally, taking all of those heavy losses to that one Avatar. Really, really bad situation. You can see the Ogrins are trying their best. They just got upgraded. This is the new squad of Ogrins. They just got upgraded to have their 4th member. They were charging in to try and get into melee here with the Shuriken Cannon team, but they're taking too much fire right now by the Warp Spiders, and now with this big flaming Avatar moving out, pursuing after them, I just think they're just going to have to just retreat away here. That is too much for them to deal with. Unfortunately, there is no real anti-vehicle stuff out there on the field whatsoever for Belchonok. That's the one humongous glaring hole in his strategy. It looks like we have some more Manticore barrages coming in. Spirit may not notice this in time. Oh, right on top of the Howling Banshees. Unfortunately, the last 3 shots kind of hit where there was a big gap in units there. But we can see right now the Avatar is just kind of stalking this Chimera right now. We'll see how much a couple of swings of his sword will do right there. But definitely super good against the rear armor right there. Chimera has got to get out of there. Oh, man, Chimera taking so much damage right there from that Avatar. Avatar is just going to stomp across the landmines. He doesn't care about any of that. Good way to get rid of them. And we have a Haywire Grenade on this very low hit point, and bam, there it goes. Frying it. It goes out of control, and it's just going to crash away here. Things are looking terrible right now for Belchonok. This is a really back-and-forth game. Great comeback right now by Spirit. Just by getting the Avatar is not usually a guaranteed win, but getting the Avatar and using it really well and combining it with a bunch of Warlock abilities and stuff, now that is definitely something to take a little pride in. Looking more towards the center, we can see, more towards the north even, we can see Manticore continue to be used here, although quite ineffectively. The level 4 Commisar Lord is retreating away, and this level 7 Warlock, he has just got so much experience because he's been getting so many kills directly attributed to him there. Once again, we have a Wailing Doom, and you can see, oh, it looks like it just caught a couple of those Ogrins. Maybe even just killing a single Ogren right now, as the Howling Banshees are trying to deal with Ogrins. Ogrins are great against Howling Banshees usually, but not when backed up by an Avatar. He's about to go into the Mark of Cain once again, and boom, but it looks like they had already kind of killed the last couple of guys there, so the one Ogren is retreating away. A second Ogren squad coming out. Now, this could be a really problematic thing here. Perhaps he wants to try and go for some sort of heavy weapons team and upgrade it to a last cannon or something like that, but he needs something to directly counter the Avatar at this point. The Avatar, as you can see, raising his fist in the air triumphantly and just looking pretty fantastic there. So map control is strongly going back towards Spirit right now, simply because he is inflicting heavy losses on his opponent. His opponent had a massive advantage despite bouncing back from some earlier game blunders there. You can see the Manticore coming in once again, and the Warlock simply retreats in time. No problem there. Doesn't get the cap, but did get the decap there. Single Guardsman squad. This is the level 4 Guardsman squad, by the way. Not half bad at all. Level 4 Shuriken Cannon team, level 4 Warp Spider team, level 4 Howling Banshee team, and the Avatar. So a lot of big guys out there. Let's take a look. And everything else right now for little Belchonok is level 1 because a lot of them are new. But the fact that Spirit has kept the same couple of units in the game this whole time gives him a nice advantage there. We can see right now a Fire Prism coming out for Spirit. That could be pretty huge. We saw his Fire Prism once before. Hopefully he won't throw it away like he did last time. But the Fire Prism in particular can definitely hunt down a Manticore, and it's not too shabby against a bunch of random units too, especially Guardsmen and maybe even Ogrins and stuff like that. So especially with knockback, not too bad. We can see, looks like the Avatar isn't even going to wait for any of that kind of thing. Avatar wants to just charge on in and take out. And look at this, one shot. He's at about 50-60% hit points, and at 2 shots, and there goes the Manticore crashing into the trees. And now just to kind of finish everything up here, he's going to go ahead and use that Mark of Cain ability. So you can see the Avatar taking a good amount of damage, or at least a good amount for the Avatar, but he is just going to be wrecking away. And once again, lining up a beautiful looking Wailing Doom shot right there, scattering Imperial Guardsmen all over the place, and just going to strut on out of there like a boss. He looks like he's done the damage he needs to. That was a terrific, terrific blow right there to Belchonok's forces. You can see Spirit just happened to see that, and man, look at this Warlock as well here. The Warlock just making sure to use all of his abilities right there. Using that Ethereal Slash every single time it's off cooldown because he has that Providence ability. He's just got a massive amount. Using the Warp Throw once again to pull the troops back out of the safety of their base. Ethereal slashing them to pieces right now. You can see he just has so much mana as a result of Providence. Oh my god, look at this guy go! Ethereal Slash all over the place. He is just like freaking Neo from the Matrix right now, just hacking and slashing away at everybody around him. He has no problem right now, just decimating entire waves of troops all around him right there. Fantastic looking game right there. Wonderful finish as well by Spirit. Spirit had some problems there late game. Belchonok had some problems there early game. And then Spirit just absolutely dominated that. That was just like the most powerful, aggressive ending I think I've seen in a very long time. Fantastic Warlock play right there. Any aspiring Warlock players, take note of this build order, these items, and kind of the combinations that he pulled off during that game there. Really fantastic examples. Once again, well played by Spirit, and congratulations as well to Belchonok, who I thought did a great job getting back into the game there throughout the middle. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Harlequin. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe. And I'm giving away a bunch of free DLC codes. So once you get done with this, check me out on Twitter, HarlequinCasts, giving away 3 DLC codes on Friday, April 29th. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.